The truth is, you have the right to change jobs whenever you want to. Your boss doesn't have to be an asshole, the work culture doesn't have to be toxic, or the responsibilities don't have to be demeaning. You don't need a terrible reason to leave your job. You can just leave because guess what? You want to. You don't need to explain yourself. Now, my name is Maryann Lombardi, and I am a career coach and the founder of Find Your Fit. And in today's video, we are going to talk about how to determine when it is time to get gone, to quit, and what to do now to prepare yourself for that. All right, so let's get started. There are a lot of reasons, right, why people leave their jobs. And sometimes we get kicked out or we leave because of burnout or some sort of toxic environment, or because the environment we're in isn't flexible enough to accommodate our needs as parents. Now, these tend to be the most common reasons that people talk about when they leave their job. Maybe they are even the most acceptable reasons. But there are so many other reasons to leave a job, right? It can be for personal or professional growth, for better pay, for not being interested or excited about what you're doing, or more respect in the workplace. Maybe you just want a change. Whatever your reason is, you don't need to explain yourself, and you certainly don't need anyone's permission. Now, millennials get a ton of shit for being the job hopping generation, right? And lacking company loyalty. But who's giving them shit about that, right? Companies are, and those who are in support of companies, because jumping ship costs employers money, because hiring and training new employees is an expensive thing. It is also time consuming. But millennials in general prioritize their personal growth, their fulfillment, their work-life balance over this thing called company loyalty. And this is not the fault of millennials. They know what they want from employment, and they make choices to achieve that. More power to them, right? Like, if companies want to keep their employees longer, then figure out how to provide them more opportunities for what? Personal growth, fulfillment, and work-life balance. Or adapt your recruiting and onboarding and training processes, or maybe the roles and responsibilities, to be more responsive to employees' needs, okay? We can learn a lot from that millennial mindset around jobs, because when you think about it, they entered the workforce during a time of economic uncertainty. We've got the 2008 financial crisis, we've got the following recession, right? And many faced challenges in finding stable employment early in their work lives and early in their career. So it created this environment of always needing to look for a better job. Whether it's intentional or not, it developed a more agile approach to their career development. So it's time to stop giving millennials shit about their job hopping tendencies and start learning from them. More and more, our work lives are going to fluctuate, right? We're going to go from one career to another. We're going to hold more jobs than ever before, and we're going to have to navigate these shifting skills and needs and priorities in the workforce. This isn't coming down the pike. This is here. This is the environment that we're in now. And that stat that you hear gets tossed around where people will on average hold 12 jobs in their lifetime, let's acknowledge that that U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics stat is based on the employment behavior of baby boomers, later baby boomers, right? In the years of like 57 to 64. The rest of us, especially millennials and Gen Z, are going to easily eclipse that 12 job number. All of this to say, there is and there will continue to be a lot of change. Whether that change is initiated by the incorporation of AI or other tech advancements, or our desire for more meaning in our work, or maybe our own valuing of our needs, taking action to support that is necessary. So if you want to hop jobs, great, do it. Take a look at our younger peers and learn a little. Now, how do we determine when to quit, right? When we want to jump ship? First, there's an easy answer, right? If the job is negatively impacting your physical, mental, or emotional health, get out, right? It's time to quit. I hope we can agree that is true, right? Because life is too short. No point sacrificing your body and your brain to your work. So get out. Number two, the next best way to determine if it's time to leave is to know why you're working in the first place. Let's get this out of the way. There is no work-life balance. There is only life, and your work's job is to support that life. We've got one of them, right? We got one life. How we choose to live that life is all that matters. So your life is the container for everything that's going to weave in and out of it. Everything else is there to serve that life. And we get to determine what supports that life and what gets in the way of that life. So your work is there to support it. It has a big role to play because it provides that primary financial contribution to your life. So that's wicked important. But it's a contributor to that container that is your life. So when you approach your work choices with your life in mind, you're going to make different ones, right? You're going to make different choices about what you do, who you do it for, and what you will and will not tolerate in your work. So if you don't know why you work, what your work is there to support, figure that out first. It will make your choices about where you work and what you do super easy. And it's also going to make quitting a simpler decision. So 3, next. So as the comedian W.C. Fields put it, if you first don't succeed, try again, then quit, because there's no use being a damn fool about it. You don't need a fancy, dramatic reason. You just need to decide and move on. But for many of us, especially a lot of women, we are so used to changing ourselves to fit into things that aren't right, assuming we're the problem, whether it's fashion, relationships, jobs. We squeeze, we starve, we contort ourselves to try to make things work instead of maybe acknowledging that sometimes it's not the right fit and it's time to move on. Whether in our personal relationships, our work environment, we hope our effort is noticed and appreciated and rewarded with a kind word, an offer of support, a promotion to a new team. And sometimes it does, but for many of us, it doesn't, which leads to this frustration and burnout and stress and disillusionment about what to do next. So it is tricky to determine or to admit when the fit is off, because we're so used to making it work no matter the fit that we gloss over things that like itch, right? We accept piping poking us, right, in our clothes. We go ahead and buy yet another dress without pockets, no matter how desperate we are for a dress with pockets, because we are used to what is offered. And so we sacrifice our comfort and we deal with it. But sometimes there is no use in being a damn fool about it, and it's time to move on. So let's talk about preparing for that job change. The best way to prepare for that job change is to make sure you have been engaging with your network before, during, and after, right? Networking is the one habit you need to make right now. If you only engage with your network when you need support, like a job or a recommendation, it doesn't build a strong relationship with those individuals, and it can start feeling inauthentic. Building the habit of checking in with them, following their content, seeing how you can help them reach their goals is key. Next, if you want to change jobs, make sure you understand what is happening in your industry and in your area of expertise. The more aware you are about what's going on in both of those areas, the easier it will be to spot opportunities bubbling up that your skills and your expertise can fill. And finally, be proactive when you are looking for a new opportunity. You can suggest an employer create a new opportunity for you based on a challenge the company may be facing. And you can recommend an expansion of your current role. You can network with leaders and colleagues on different teams, divisions, or companies and see where collaboration or opportunities might come up. So don't wait. Take action and offer solutions that support the company you want to work for and to support your goals. So let's recap. We just dumped a whole thing in this one, all right? You don't need a toxic reason to quit your job or to justify to others your reasons you want out. As long as you know what they are, that's fine. Job hopping is here to stay. It is time to embrace it. Make sure you know why you work and find employment opportunities that support that why. And if they don't, move on. Make sure you are building the habit of networking and taking a proactive approach to your job search. Both are going to help you find your dream job or find your next job, whatever it is you are looking for. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel and to learn, all about how to land your dream job and so much more. God, we talk about a bunch of stuff on here. And I will see you in the next video.